Hello, how you doing? It's me, stranger on the internet, and today I'm going to teach you how to make Japanese curry and rice in one pot. So if you take a look in the center of your screen, you'll see all the ingredients. Not much else to it. If you want to add more, add more. If you don't want that much, don't have it. Alright, on to the spices. You're going to start off with oyster sauce, soy sauce, MSG, white pepper, cumin, onion, ginger and chili powder, garlic, and finally some tomato paste to round things off. It's prep time and you're going to want to have about 3 washed carrots and 3 to 4 bathed potatoes. You're going to peel them up and get ready for the next step. Fun fact about garlic, whenever you slice into it, it releases something called allicin, which gives it its distinct aroma and taste. So if you want something to be more garlicky, all you gotta do is slice it or grate it. So for the rice step, what you're gonna wanna do is wash that rice, basically like scrunch it up in your hands. And the whole point is to break that outer shell of each rice grain. You just squeeze it, kind of knead it in between your fingers, and what that does is it kind of cracks it open and allows it to actually get penetrated by that boiling hot water, make it real soft and fluffy. And you cook the rice in a rice cooker. If you don't have one, I wish you well in your slightly more inconvenient life. To start off with, you want to have about 1.5 pounds of beef. I like beef shoulders, so that's what I'm using. You're gonna cut your meat into 1/2-inch cubes. You can also cut it into strips, but I didn't feel like it, so I didn't do it. So for the meat, what you're gonna use is some pepper, and some salt to taste. I like to use a lot of both, so keep that in mind. You're gonna want to wash your veggies and cut them into bite-sized pieces. If you want an exact measurement, just imagine how big your mouth is and then think about what you can fit in one bite. And there you go. You're gonna start off with a couple glugs of whatever neutral oil of your choice into the bottom of a pan and lightly coat it. I chose olive oil, so that's what you're seeing. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna throw in your meat in there, cook it on all sides till it develops a nice crust. Should only take about 6 minutes or so. Take them out and then put them in another bowl. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna throw your onions in there, a little bit more oil, and cook it till it's aromatic, it's kind of colored and kind of soft. Alright, good job kiddo, you're almost halfway there. What you're gonna do now is throw in about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and cook it down for about 1.5 minutes. Then deglaze the whole thing with beef stock. Should be about 3 cups, or eyeball it, which is what I do. Alright, so after you deglaze the pot, you're going to scrape that fond off the bottom. That's that rough bits on there. And you're going to throw in your curry cubes, mix it in there a bit, and let it thicken for about 5-7 minutes, roughly. Alrighty, now that the pot's been thickened a little bit, you're gonna throw in your carrots and leave them there for about 5 minutes or so. On to the spices. Gonna start off with a heaping of garlic powder, a little sprinkle of white pepper, some onion powder, a little dash of curry powder, a small dash of cumin, a few shakes of chili powder, a very light amount of MSG, a little glug of oyster sauce, a healthy pour of soy sauce, a small squeeze of ginger paste. Not too much, it will be overpowering. Make sure you stir as you go so you get those flavors incorporated in nicely. Alrighty sport, 5 minutes are done, it's time for the next thing, potatoes. Now those starchy pieces of goodness are going to go in for about 4 to 5 minutes or until fork tender. And what that's going to do is the starch inside is going to help thicken up the curry a bit, make it a little less soupy. Potatoes are done and now it's time for the final piece. Add your beef. Let it heat back up for about 20 seconds, and then you're ready to serve. Alrighty, curry's finally done and all it's time to do is plate. I like to use bowls, so that's what I'm using. Throw your rice in there, curry in there, and top it off with whatever you like. I chose green onions and multicolored sesame seeds because I like a splash of color in my life.